Going to see lesson 4, cost and revenue analysis. First we will see about the introduction. Cost and revenue analysis refers to examining the cost of production and sales revenue of a production. That is, cost means the expenses which are incurred during the production, and the sales revenue means when selling the products they get a revenue, that is the income. So this production cost and sales revenue is known as cost and revenue analysis in production. Under various conditions, the objective of a firm is to earn profit. The main target of the firm is to earn profit. However, a firm profit or loss is determined by its cost and revenue. Cost means the expenses and revenue means income. In simple words, profit and loss is determined by the cost and revenue. Cost means expense and revenue means income. Now we will move on to the lesson. Cost, define cost. Cost refers to the total expenses incurred in the production of a commodity. Define cost function. The functional relationship between the cost and output, the cost means expenses and output is the profit, is expressed as cost function. The formula for cost function is C is equal to F into Q. C into F into C is equal to cost and Q is equal to quantity of output. F is a function. Cost functions are derived from functions. They are derived from production function. Production function means the input and output. Okay. What do you mean by fixed cost? Fixed cost does not change with the change in the quantity of output. Fixed cost does not change with the change in the quantity of output. That means it is fixed. The cost is fixed and the output also is fixed. Output means the profit in economics. In other words, expenses on fixed factors remain unchanged irrespective of the output. Expenses on fixed factors. What are the fixed factors? The land, labor, capital are the fixed factors. Remain unchanged irrespective of the output. So when these factors are joined together, the output also will be the same, whether the output is increased or decreased. Next we will see about the defined revenue. As I told you, cost means the expense and revenue means the input. The amount of money that a producer receives in exchange for the sale of goods is known as revenue. Receives in change for the sale of goods. So the producer is producing a product, he is selling and he is getting an amount as revenue. The income which is coming as profit is called as revenue. The income. In short, revenue means also sales revenue. Define explicit cost. Payment made to the others for the purchase of factors of production is known as explicit cost. That is, whatever the expenses made outside the firm, that is not inside the firm. For example, transport, banking, all these facilities are called as explicit cost. Outside the firm is called as explicit cost. Next we will see about the definition for real cost. Real cost refers to the payment made to compensate the efforts and sacrifices of labor factor owners for their services in production. The real cost refers to the payment made to compensate the efforts and sacrifices of factor owners for their services in production. Factor owners, who are the factor owners? The land, labor, capital, those who are having these things are the factor owners. What is meant by sunk cost? A sunk cost means a cost incurred in the past and cannot be recovered in future is called as sunk cost. For this I can tell an example. Electricity bill, isn't it? In a production, a firm, an industry, the electricity bill is paid, but it cannot be recovered. Once we use a EB electricity, we can't recover the bill, isn't it? Once that cost will be passed, it cannot be recovered. That is called sunk cost. Next we will see about distinguish between the fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost. These costs are independent of output. Independent of output means the profit. Profit is independent. These are the costs of fixed factors. That the fixed factors are land, labor, capital. Again and again I am repeating the factors that you must remind it. When you are asking general questions also in economics, you must know that factors means land, labor, capital and organization. These costs exits arise even at zero level of output. It arises at zero level of output. These costs are found only in the short period. Why? Because it is not changeable. It cannot be changeable. For example, a short run means you can take for a mobile, moving stalls, food stalls, isn't it? That can be taken at short period. And long periods means hotels, for example. These are the supplementary costs. Supplementary cost means land will be supplement to the labor. The land will be supplement to the labor, like that they will have a comparison between them. Now we will see the right side for the variable cost. These costs vary with the level of output. Vary with the level of output, meaning the profit will differ. In large firms you would have seen, isn't it? The same profit they will not get. They may be a profit or they may be a loss. So their costs vary with the level of output. Cost means the expenses. These are the costs of variable factors. They don't have fixed factors, it is variable factors. The land, labor, capital varies. These costs become zero at zero level of output. Here you see even at zero output will come. Here zero at zero level of output. These costs are seen in short and long run periods. It may be a short hotel, small hotel or long period. Big hotel for example. Short and long periods. In both concerns it can be used. These are called as prime costs. Next we will see the difference between money cost and real cost. First we will see about the money cost. Production cost expressed in money terms is called as money cost. That is, production cost means what are the costs, expenses used for the production is called as money cost. For example, EB bill, the machineries, the rent for the industry, the other things, for the labors they are paying, is wages. All these will come under production cost. In other words, it is the total money expenses incurred by a firm in producing a commodity. The total money expenses, you just see the word, the total money expenses incurred by a firm in producing a commodity. When a production is made, what are the expenses? As I told you, that's for the labor wages is given, the capital interest is given, the rent is given for the building or the industry, the electricity bill is paid, and all these things are expense for the producer. Money cost includes the expenditures such as cost of raw materials, payment of wages and salaries. I explained to you this, isn't it? Next one, real cost. Real cost refers to the payment made to compensate the efforts and sacrifices of all factors owners for their services in production. Efforts and sacrifices, the labor, for example, the labor, okay, his work, his contribution to the production, this is called real cost. Refers to the payment made to compensate the efforts and sacrifices of all factors owners for their service in production. It includes the efforts and sacrifices of landlords in the use of land. So for this example, they have told the landlords for the use of land. We can take the laborers also. They work hard, they spend their full lifetime in their work and their production, and they give a profit to the producer. Distinguish between explicit cost and implicit cost. In simple words, I will tell you, explicit cost means outside the firm. What are the expenses occurred outside the firm, apart from the industry? Made to the others for the purchase of factors of production is known as explicit cost. It refers to the actual expenditures of the firm to purchase or hire the inputs the firm needs. Explicit cost includes wages, payment for raw materials. Implicit cost, next we will see about the implicit cost. Payment made to the use of resources that the firm already owns is known as implicit cost. In simple terms, implicit cost refers to the imputed cost of a firm's self-owned and self-employed resources. That is what is inside the firm. A firm or producer may use his own land, building, machinery, car and other factors in the process of production. So what it is own to himself is called as implicit cost. Next we will see about the define opportunity cost with the exam and provide example. So what is opportunity cost? It refers to the cost of next best alternative use. That is, this is having a next best alternative use. For example, a machinery, one machinery is having a old technology, means the next best technology, next machine is used. In other words, it is the value of the next best alternative foregone. For example, a farmer can cultivate both paddy and sugarcane in the farmland. If he cultivates paddy, the opportunity cost of paddy output is the amount of sugarcane output given up. So that is the option is there, alternative is there, this or that. He can produce this product or that product, like that. The opportunity cost means it is the next best alternative use. Next we will see about the relationship between AC and MC. AC means average curve and MC means marginal curve. When AC is, you see the diagram will be drawn. It is very important. The diagram will be drawn and the explanation will be written. That is called as state the relationship between average curve and marginal curve. So you will draw the diagram. The x-axis output is given and the y-axis cost is given. So you will draw the diagram perfectly. This is a very important question. So you will draw the diagram and you will explain. When average curve is falling, marginal curve lies below a average curve. When average curve becomes constant means same. MC marginal curve also becomes equal to it. It will be also constant. First one you see, when average curve is falling, marginal curve lies below AC. Average curve. Next one, when average curve becomes constant, marginal curve also becomes equal to it, means it is also constant. When average curve starts increasing, marginal curve lies above that AC, average curve. Last point, marginal curve always cuts the AC at its minimum point from below. You can see the cutting point, isn't it? The curves are cutting each other, the AC and MC curve. The blue curve is MC and the red curve is AC. So you will draw the diagram and you will write the explanation for that. That is called the state the relationship between AC and MC. Next we will move on to the short note on marginal revenue. What is marginal revenue? The total revenue by the sale of an additional unit of a commodity. Always I tell you, isn't it? Marginal means the addition. The total revenue by the sale of an additional unit of commodity, MR, that is marginal revenue, can be found by dividing change in the total revenue by change in quantity sold out. MR is equal to change in total revenue by change in quantity. This is a formula for a marginal revenue, you must learn. Where MR, marginal, denotes marginal revenue, and change in total revenue. So the third point you see, the formula for marginal revenue is very important. Marginal revenue is equal to total revenue N. The N is the number of units and minus total revenue by N, total revenue N minus 1, number of units minus 1, or the first formula you learn, that is enough. TR plus N plus 1 minus TRN. The first formula is very important. This is the second one, no need to learn. So what is marginal revenue? The additional made to the sales of a commodity is called as marginal revenue. So when additional is made, marginal revenue, income is coming, isn't it? Next we will see about the long run cost curves with the suitable diagram. So the diagram you will draw and you will explain. In the long run means what? When a production is made in large amount, it's called as long run. Long run means when the production is made at a long time, it is called as long run. All factors of production become variable. The land, labor, capital will change. Why? Because the production is going on extending, isn't it? For example, a cereal you can take. When it is extending, the stories will change. Like that, when the long run is coming, there is a variable in the production factors. The existing size of the firm can be increased in the case of long run. So when there is a change in the long run, they would have started in a short run, but the production is going very long. What will happen? The existing size of the firm can be measured in the case of long run. If a producer is starting a small business, if it is extending due to the profit to a long run, what is happening? The changes will come. The variability will come. There are neither fixed inputs nor fixed cost in the long run. Neither fixed inputs nor fixed cost in the long run. So now we will draw this diagram. The diagram is very important and you will write the construction, the illustration for the diagram. So you see the diagram. SAC means short average cost and short SAC 1, SAC 2 and SAC 3. Lastly you will see these three joining SAC curve, that is short average curve joining three curves joining together will come the long. Blue curve is LAC, long average curves. So the x-axis output and the y-axis is average cost. So the producer will start only a small business, isn't it? He will start a small, immediately any producer will not start a long business or big business. First they will start small scale industries, then by the profit, with that profit they will invest in the same industries and they will bring it to a large scale industries, isn't it? This is the production system. So if you are in future, if you are becoming a businessman, you can know, business people, you can know that. So the LAC is equal to LTC, that is large total cost by Q, that quantity where long run average cost curve denotes long run average cost, LTC denotes long run total cost and Q denotes the quantity of output. So these are the explanation for the formula. What is LAC? Long average cost or curve you can take. LTC means denotes long run total cost and Q denotes the quantity of output. The LAC curve, that is long average cost curve, is derived from short run average cost curve. That is, the producer will start in small scale industries only. Then only with the profit he will invest more and he will start the large scale business. The LAC curve is derived from short run average cost curve. Why I showed you this now? 3 curves are there, that's red color curves. That is short average curves. Then only together they are forming the long average cost curve. It is a locus of points denoting the least cost curve of producing the corresponding output. The LAC, the long average cost curve, is called as plant curve or boat-shaped curve or planning curve or envelope curve. These are the substituting words for the long run average cost curve. You can see the shape, isn't it? It may be a boat curve, boat-shaped curve, plant curve or planning curve or envelope curve. With this, we will stop in this session and we will continue in the next class. Thank you, students. God bless you.